One day, Robert was driving home from work through a neighborhood he didn't even recognize, having accidentally missed his turn when something odd caught his eye. He noticed a house from the front and left side that appeared to have absolutely no windows or doors. Intrigued, he took a connecting road that extended behind the property to get a better look. Even from the right side and the back, the structure still lacked any windows or doors. Extremely confused and wondering if his eyes were playing tricks on him, he decided to just drive home. Since it was Friday and the weekend was ahead, the mystery could wait. He went home, hopped into the shower, ate dinner, and finally settled on the couch in his pajamas. To understand the character of Robert, it helps to know a bit of his background. He is a Christian who, in this current season of life, is taking a break from following Jesus due to a lingering bitterness in his heart that started growing because of several things. Life has been a struggle lately. Stress at work is constant. Dealing with a difficult family is draining. And it has become hard to see how God is working in his life when nothing seems to go his way. Running from God felt like the easier option. He thought it would feel a lot better. The only problem was that he had nowhere to hide. Hoping to find answers, Robert pulled out his laptop to research the bizarre structure. After searching for a while, he seen the house on an image, and he seen this. A breakthrough appeared. In the early 2000s, an eccentric designer named Portland McDavid became known for executing the strangest design concepts into real-world locations. He had actually documented the inspiration and methodology behind building a house with no windows or doors. Robert read through the passage McDavid had written. The idea has always been fresh in my mind that a house with no windows or doors feels deeply poetic. However, whether executing such an idea was actually possible remained uncertain, so plans were drawn all over sheets of paper and contemplated for a very long time. Usually, picturing a house requires imagining an entrance, a door or something that opens to grant access. Can someone truly get into a house with no doors? While one could picture empty holes in place of doors, this design required solid walls with absolutely no access points. Windows presented a similar dilemma. If an opening was left, it would violate the strict system of only walls and no windows. This construction process itself posed a massive challenge. If you build the outer shell, an unfinished house naturally leaves empty spaces for access. Having one person build from the outside, while another constructs the interior wall would work, but it creates a glaring issue. The interior builder becomes trapped on the inside. I mean, there might be ways that they could get out from the inside, but they're basically trapped with no windows or doors. Yet, under this framework, being trapped proves it is at least possible to create a house completely devoid of openings. To achieve a completely sealed exterior while maintaining a practical exit during construction, a unique framework was required. The solution was a temporary mini path leading through a small dirt tunnel up into a hidden grass base inside the structure. Once the entire house was constructed around this secret underground access, the plan became a bit easier. However, simply backfilling the tunnel with dirt wasn't the best option for a few specific reasons, even though it is the option I might go with. Soil composition. Digging up the original grass and dirt, discarding it, and replacing it with soil from a different location might look fine initially, but as the new grass grows, it will visibly clash with the rest of the lawn due to differing minerals, clay ratios, organic matter, and pH levels. A distinct path-shaped outline would cut right through the yard. Soil expansion. Even reusing the original dirt fails. The act of excavation introduces air into the soil, causing it to physically expand in volume by 20 to 30%. Refilling the hole with this aerated dirt makes it impossible to achieve a flush finish with the rest of the lawn. Natural settling. Over the following months, rainwater soaking through the grass will lubricate the dirt particles, causing them to slide past each other and collapse into those empty air pockets. As gravity pulls the Earth downward and forces the air out, a highly visible dip would form in the lawn. While a collapse is inevitable, it would take a long time, and anyone inside the tunnel during a cave-in would simply be trapped in loose earth. I don't know if you would just randomly collapse and stuff. I don't think that's how that would work. Ultimately, the result is a completely sealed house with no physical doors or windows, and a sealed entrance that cannot be easily breached. While someone could easily gain entry by smashing a wall down, the goal was never to create a fortress that you could never, hit down, but rather to fulfill a strict philosophical framework for the design of what I'm trying to do. Okay, after reading the passage, Robert was deeply invested. He marveled at how every detail had a unique, calculated reason behind it. Nothing happened purely by chance. Even the settling dirt followed a predictable timeline, governed by specific laws. Everything operated within a highly defined system. Still sitting on his couch, one more objection crossed his mind. If a person cannot travel through the wall, can light pass through? The next day, he went to the local library to research the topic. Since science classes had never been his focus in school, he discovered that the outcome heavily depended on the building materials. The walls of this specific house were constructed from iron sedillite, a rare cosmic crystal form of carbon higher than regular diamond, closely followed by pure diamond. Through his reading, Robert learned several fascinating principles. Material versus transparency. Hardness and transparency have nothing to do with each other. Standard steel walls block visible light because their internal electrons are organized to absorb a photon's energy. Visible light. For a visible light photon, a wall of pure iron sedillite or diamond acts basically like an open window. Because the house sits above ground, visible light passes right through it. Invisible light. If the walls were made of steel, invisible light would be completely blocked due to the Faraday cage effect, where free electrons instantly shift to reflect radio signals away. Diamond, however, does not conduct electricity. Its electrons cannot move to fight incoming radio waves, allowing invisible light to pass through completely unimpeded. Robert studied these concepts for hours, until exhaustion set in. He realized that every physical element in the universe operates under strict limitations, cannot simply behave, in a way that it's not supposed to behave. He finally shut off the computer, logged out of his library account, and headed home. Returning to his bedroom, Robert sat down on the edge of his mattress. A sudden wave of emotion hit him, and tears began rolling down his cheeks. He realized the deeper truth. There is no hiding from God. All the complex physical laws and scientific principles he had just studied weren't even tangible objects, yet they were bound by strict limitations. They could not escape the framework set for them because God is the very reason they exist and function. Crying out, Robert prayed, "Lord, I'm sorry. Please forgive me and help me to never want to hide from you again. You were always with me and will never leave my side. Whether I am in the darkest physical place in the universe, in my bedroom, in the core of the earth, or even inside a stuffed animal, there is no hiding from you, O Lord. Amen to the highest." Peace out, guys. That was my story. Hope you guys enjoyed it.